Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is Friday, June 28th in the afternoon, and we are closing in on the finish line for building out the website for what I am trying to do. My name is Rob. Around here, I go by That Developer Dad, and the website is thatdeveloperdad.com. Now, as we were working through our GitHub issues and so on and so forth, I realized that I was going to start losing track of what we had worked on and what we hadn't and all that stuff. So I hopped over to GitHub and I opened up the repository and I created a project so that we can track the status of the various work items and GitHub issues that we've added. And that lets me see at a glance what is done, as in deployed off to the live site, what is code complete and sitting in our feature branch, and what has been deferred or canceled altogether. Let's see here. This morning, actually yesterday afternoon, I believe was the Markdown article layout changes. Let's take a look. Change title, experiment with tightening up, yes. And we added a commit to that. So let's change the status to code complete. And we can close this one. Improvements for the tag list component. Let's see. Actually, I know we worked on article page adjustments this morning. We haven't checked anything in yet. And I'm going to want to tag that check in with number 9. And let's set this to we'll set it to code complete. Because I did make a couple of more changes to the way it behaves after I close this morning's stream, and I'll show those in a second. And so let's sort ascending. Nope, I want to sort descending. How about slice by values? No status. Okay. And is there a status for these? Is there a status I can apply here? Let's set all of these guys. Oh, it's not going to let me do a multi-select that way. La la la, this is a filter. Show empty values. Yeah, let's move this over here. And no, it doesn't appear that we can select multiples. So I'll just do these real quick, one at a time. There we go. See if it'll sort descending now. Code complete. What even are you doing, you silly thing? That's not alphabetical order. Let's go into field settings. To do, code complete, in progress. Done and deferred are gonna go to the bottom. In progress, code complete can be there. All right. And let's see if that fixed our sort. Here we go. That's what we want to see. That's much better. All right, so positioning for nav element, let's not mess with that. Positioning for the foot, that's going to be even harder. Improvements for tag list component. Let's see about, do I have filtering on here? Maybe I can get rid of the sidebar there because we don't need that. Nope, don't want that. All right, whatever. I'm not sure how. Oh, duh. We can get rid of that. Discard. Here we go. Let's sort ascending again. So enhancing the social component. Let's take a look at improvements for the tag list component first. See what I have in mind here. Tighten up the borders on the individual items. Sort the topics alphabetically. And try to figure out if we can get a count of articles for each tag. All right, let's take on these first two. So I'm going to move this to in progress. Close that. And you know what? I think I want to see the in progress ones at the top. So let's go into the field settings. We'll pull in progress up here. We'll go back and resort in ascending order. What even is this doing? That's better. Okay. Let's open this guy up. Tightening up the borders for the individual items, and we want to try and sort the list of topics alphabetically. And I have a feeling that the way we're going to need to do that is going to be slightly different depending on where in the website we are, because in some places we're using one type of JavaScript to generate that list, and in other places we're using a different API method. So we're going to need to take a look and see what the code's doing before we apply that. So let's get started with opening a new terminal over here. This terminal is, let's close that. We don't need it. Let's open VS Code. Hit that. All right, we're here. Articles, article TOC. I think we're going to be working in article TOC for a little while, as well as over in our tag.astro. And we're focused on tags right now. So we can get rid of articles. We can get rid of blog post. We're focused here on tag.astro is where we're going to be messing with this stuff. Let's take a look at what we want to be doing. Actually, before we do that, we need to npm run dev to get our development server up and running. It says it's ready. I'm going to make this bigger. Make code take up the whole window. We'll pop over to this tab, reload, because our site is live. Go to articles. Here's the work we did this morning. Let's bring up our simulator. And let's go with the SE 3rd Gen. I'm going to close the iPhone 15 simulator because it chews up. It takes a lot of RAM to run a couple of iPhones inside my little MacBook here. And something just wigged out. No Astro CSS at index 0. What even does that mean? Develop. Let's get out of responsive design mode. Reload this. I don't know what that was. That was weird, man. All right. Here we go. So here's this. I got things looking real good over here. And when the stream ended this morning, and I apologize, I goofed up when I was finishing up the stream, I did come over here and in the individual, I suppose I could have gotten to this through the topics list, but I also came in here and made the same changes on our tag pages. So this now looks just like over here, and here's our organized list of topics. And I just noticed that we should probably move about all the way to the right side of this. So before we start making changes, we've committed, we've pushed. I didn't tag that commit like a dummy, but that's okay. We can always run up to GitHub, close this. We're working on improvements for the tags. We want to go to here and repositories. Here we are. We want to go to branches. We're in here. We've got commits. And let's see here. Remove the domain name. Made the most. June 28th. Here we are. Is it going to let me amend my or edit the comment? I can never see how to edit this stuff. And I know there's probably a git command line thing, but it's already made. Parent commit ID. I don't see a way to edit this particular commit. And that's okay. It's fine. We'll catch it. The important thing is over in our projects. We're here. We're in progress on this guy. And we do not have any unstaged or uncommitted changes. So that means if I really mess something up royally, I can always just undo all of my changes and it'll revert us to the place that we're at right now. And that feature of Git and source control has saved my bacon more times than I care to count. Okay, here's our preview page. I'm going to pull the GitHub tab off to my other monitor so that I can keep track of what I'm doing. All right, we want to tighten up these borders on these individual items. And we did that yesterday for this stuff down here. So I want to revisit this a little bit and see how I did it. So posts tagged with tag. I think we need to go to topics. So we'll come into index, div class tags, tags display flex, flex wrap, yeah. Okay. Tag.astro, we don't have things down here. It's definitely over here. Tag margin, padding 0.5 EM, 1 EM. And I want to take a look at the markdown article layout. Here we are. We edited the style directly over here. And we went to 0.1 EM and 1 EM. I think we want to take this stuff We've got meta content container. Do we have that over in global? We don't. We do have hide on mobile. So I'm gonna grab this. Nope, it's over here. And I think I want to promote these things to our global scope. Let's see. I'm going to copy, and then we're going to comment. Then we've got this stuff. I should reorganize that a little bit. And I'm going to do that right now. So this is going to come up. I'm going to X that out and drop it in here where it belongs. Get rid of these extra blank lines. Save all that. Save this. And let's make sure I didn't completely goof everything up. So let's go back to articles. This is all still looking good. Let's open an article. Our meta content container is still looking right. Our tags are nice and tight instead of being those big globs with all the padding on them. Let's go to our topics list. We haven't gotten here yet. Whoops, I don't need to save. But I think I know why. If we come over to tag.astro, article list, blog post. So this is article list. No, index. Here we are. I need to comment these out over here, save it, and we are much tidier. Much, much, much tidier. I like that. All right. So tighten up the borders on the individual items. I'm going to copy this. Control C. This is done. Comment. Now, discipline. Uncle Iro would be so proud. We need to exercise some discipline here. Oh, goodness. There we go. Now our code's nicely aligned. And that's all good there. Great. And I want to come over into Markdown article layout. These commented styles can go away. We want to keep our source files as clean as we possibly can. Index Astro div class tags. You know, I bet if I do this, let's try something really silly. I am going to say for tags, elements that have the class tags assigned to them, for anchor elements inside classes that have the tags class assigned to them, Let's grab this, copy it, paste it here, and let's make it really ugly. Color. Do we have salmon? Oh, we have salmon, and that's hideous. All right, so there's that. Don't need to mess with that. Let's comment this out. I'll come over here and highlight them over here. We'll comment that out. Save. Save. And let's go see if all of our tag links are now salmon colored. Oh, yes, they are. And that is absolutely blinding. Ow, my eyes. So let's go make these a nicer color. I really liked the color they were using here. So I'm going to copy this. And while I'm here, I'm going to rip out the page scoped styles. And I'm going to come over here. I'm going to rip out these page scoped styles. And we're going to apply that color tag over here. But not to the whole line, just the color directive. Here we go. Save. Here we go. I like it. That's much kinder to our eyeballs. And it's all in one place. So now I don't have to hunt through every page in my website when I want to change the way things are working or looking. Fantastic. Where's Git? So we've tightened up the borders. That's done. Try to figure out if we can. Okay, let's try. Oh, wait. Ah, darn my adult onset ADHD or adult late diagnosed ADHD. Fixed the padding on the tag and on the tag topic visual elements, consolidated the styling out of individual page and layout scopes up into global.css. And the Git issue is number 8. This is part of the work we want to do for issue ID number 8. Commit. Let's push that up. Go. Take a look at GitHub. It should. Here we go. Fix the padding on the tag topic element visuals. All right, great. So the reason I wanted to do that is because I'm about to get into something that is a little bit difficult and I might screw up and I might decide I want to abandon. And that's sorting our list of topics alphabetically. So right now this is kind of a mess. I'm not really in love with this at all. It makes it hard to skim through and yuck. And we can see that we have the same problem when we're looking at the list of topics down here as well. So let's try and figure out how to sort that stuff. First off, we're going to look at the code and we're going to think about what we are about to do. This is the page for the individual tags. So here I'm not so concerned. But I'm going to leave this one open. Remember, this page gets generated when we click on one of these. Let's find one that's actually got multiples. Estimates. Here we go. Excuse me. So this page right here just happens to be sorted in the direction I want it to be by publication date descending. But I have a feeling that by coming in to sort these arrays, we're going to figure out what I need to do to sort this index in descending order of publication and editing. And I just noticed that I've broken some of my own discipline by not updating the session stand-up. Pub date is 28, June 27th, pop up, June 28th, sessions, dug into making visual improvements throughout the site, working through the issues we listed on GitHub yesterday. Save. And that should float this to the top. No, it probably won't. No, it did not. But we see that it was published on 6/28. And I should probably change this to website project Scrum Notes, shouldn't I? Because we're about to have other projects. Website project. Okay, that's better. Much better. And here's our update. Great. Now, where were we before I got distracted? Sort the list of topics alphabetically. And this is for our tag lists. Let's zero in on where those are. We've got a list of tags here. And we've also got a list of tags over here. I am going to open up a new Safari window. No, I'm not. I'm going to use Copilot again because I've found that Copilot is actually better at finding the actual targeted content or targeted information that I need than just a straight up Google search. And the reason being is behind the scenes, what Copilot does, I have a JavaScript array of objects. How can I easily sort that array by values in the elements properties. How can I easily sort that array on various properties of the child elements? So what Copilot does in the background, at least on Bing, is it'll take my query and it'll feed it into the LLM with a prompt probably like create a useful search engine query that will find the answer to the user's question. And then the LLM will actually build up the query that it forwards, that it returns, and the service in Copilot takes that Bing query and shoots that at Bing. It gets back a list of websites and very quickly passes the content of those websites back to the LLM to summarize and look to see if the answer to my question is in there, and it extracts the relevant information. And then it uses the information that it's extracted from the discovered websites to build its answer to what I'm doing. You'll see people refer to RAG workflows with AI and so on, and it stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. And that's what Bing Copilot is doing. Or, sorry, Copilot. A friend of mine who works at Microsoft has corrected me and says it's just Copilot now. So here we are. And it's really spitting out a whole lot of stuff. Let's scroll up to the top here. All right. Sorting an array of objects in JavaScript based on specific properties is a common task. All right. Now here's the fun bit. I don't know what the schema of this array is. I know what some of the elements might be, but I don't have the entire schema of what comes back in these queries. Like this astro.glob thing. I don't know what's in that underscore all posts, and I haven't been able to figure out where to drop the breakpoints to find the answer to that question. So this is going to be interesting. Over here, this is tags. I bet. So here I feel like it's going to be much, much simpler. Const sorted tags equals. Let's load up this again. A comma B, parse float A price minus parse float B blah 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 B price sending price. That's a weird thing. Sorting by a string properly. Sorting by a string property. We just want to sort a.city.localCompare b.city for lexicographic sorting. To make sorting more flexible, you can use a reusable function that accepts a field name, direction, and an optional primer function for custom compares. Good God. I really miss iCollection.sortBy from .NET and Link. Let's return AB reverse. Price. case, true, parse float. Okay. A.city.localeCompare, B.city. That AB thing is really, really peculiar. I bet this is kind of like an icon, having to pass in an icomparable. So, tell me more about locale compare, please. Can we specify that comparison ignore the case of the strings? Okay, it's used for string comparison, especially when sorting strings. Compares two strings and returns an integer indicating their relative order. Locale-specific rules for sorting, which means it takes into account language-specific conventions, alphabetical order, case sensitivity, and diacritics. Yeah. Large arrays of strings like sorting, it's more useful to use intl.collator if supported instead of locale compare directly. All right, case sensitivity. Treat locale compare as case insensitive by default. Most modern browsers. Okay, so good. Safari behaves differently. It uses a variant of case insensitive sorting, not the usual ASCII order. And yeah, it's essential to test thoroughly. If you need consistent case insensitive sorting, consider using a custom. Yeah, that's more than I really care about here. So it looks like this is gonna be the juicy part of what we want to do. This is going off to my other screen so that I can refer back to it. Yeah. Here we go. Sorted tags equals underscore tags dot sort A comma B, and then we're going to pipe A and B to already introduced a mistake. We'll fill in the actual function here, and we're going to say A dot locale compare, and we have to spell it right, B. Save that, and let's try this. Sorted tags. Save. Now to see if this worked, we're going to pop open this. We're going to come over to topics. Look at that. Hello, Dolly. All right. Now, just to test to make sure that it's doing things in the correct alphabetical order, like it's ignoring case, I'm going to go add a. Do we have anything? I'm going to add architecture to my estimates article, but I'm going to add it in lowercase. Save that. Come over here. Architecture. Okay. Excuse me. So what this means is if I click on lowercase architecture, we see my estimating is terrible, which is fine. But I think I'd like to see it do the unique over case insensitive comparisons. So let's iterate a little further. Just because I am not, when I'm writing a new article, I'm not going to go look at all of the existing tags and make sure if I'm reusing one that I'm using the exact same case. That's crazy. That's a ridiculous pain in the neck expectation of what I should be doing. So I'm going to grab this. We're going to bring Copilot back over here. Let's say, given the following line of JavaScript, how can I alter it so that multiple instances of the same tag value that differ only by case are consolidated with each other. Are consolidated when flattening to the list of unique tags. Paste. And let's see if this is going to make sense or not. All right, let's take a look at what it's doing. It says certainly. Copilot is so positive. So what we need to do is adjust the comparison logic within the set. And all posts.map post, post.frontmatter.tags.map, tag to lowercase. So let's grab this. Copy that. And I'm going to paste it down here so that we don't get a variable name collision. New tags. And for doing science, let's try this, because I suspect we might get a problem with this. But if we do, we can always revert. We can try other things, stuff like that. It'll be okay. So we've got index astro, new tags. Great. Let's take a look. It did make everything lowercase, but that's okay. Let's see if we get both. We do not. Now, that's because over in tag.astro, we need to apply the same thing over here. Let's grab this. I'm going to copy this line. We'll pop that in here. FrontMatter.tags. I'm going to grab this line. I'm going to paste it up here. Const new filtered posts. Let's grab this. And we got to grab everything out too, and including the purple one. And I paste this here to apply that to lowercase to every tag in the post's front matter tags. All right. And I need to pass. I'm going to change this briefly to new tags. All right. And we're going to change this to new filtered posts. Save that. And let's see if this worked. Brings us to GitHub. Live coding. Hello, Dolly. There we go. It worked. And this is a little annoying here. While we're in here, and we're going to go clean stuff up. Excuse me. All right, so we're over in tag.astro, which is where we wanted to be. And we'll do that. Const page title equals posts about tag. That isn't going to work. Backtick. Close the backtick. Do the string. I don't think it likes that. Type string has no call signatures. Okay, fine. Oh, because we've got double backticks back here. Let's drop page title in here. Save that. Test it. I like that. I like that a whole lot. Let's go clean up our code before we move on to the new thing. All right, so unique tags. Let's get rid of it. Don't need it anymore. Filtered posts. Gone. Let's get rid of it. Let's change underscore new tags to unique tags. Change filtered posts. Rename that to just filtered posts. Save. Good. Good, good, good. Excuse me. Where else have I done things that made things messy? All right. We applied our sort over here. Oh, no, don't do that. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I remember what we're doing over here. Let's save this. I want to test over here real quick. We'll go here, topics. This doesn't look sorted. Did I goofify something? So index.astro, new tags. Right. New tags.sort. And we want to change this to sorted tags. Save that. Bring up the live coding again. This is much better. Okay, good. Agile estimation, architecture, great. Good, 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 good. Astro.js is just over here. All right. Good deal. I like that. So let's clean up our code. So tags can go away. We don't need that anymore. We've improved that. I want to change new tags. Rename symbol to just tags. And sorted tags can stay the same. And I'll fix up some of this code formatting, just a scooch. So that we've got our actual code here. And let's save this and make sure I didn't break anything. All right, we're still good. We are still okay. Now to tidy this up even a little more, let's break this out so that our chained calls are all on their own line. Test it, because I don't know if that kind of change is going to fall afoul of the JavaScript gods or not. It does not. Just because I'm feeling silly, I'm going to grab the call to the sort method, pop that on there. Comment this out and change this to tags. Save it. We may have just broken my stuff. We did not. We're good. Okay. That means we get to get a little bit cleaner. Got rid of that. We've got some extra blank lines there. And I think we're in pretty darn good shape here. Real good shape. Go back to Git. We've got the list of topics sorted alphabetically. And it seems to be working well over here on this frontmatter.tags.map. Oh, these aren't sorted. We'll apply those in a minute.